I am a tech lead here at Universal Equations. Today, we're just going to take a few minutes to discuss our Drupal web development services. If you are in the market for a top-notch Drupal website, that is, if you are a smaller business or one of the larger enterprises, we have a solution. We have a solution for you. We're pretty sure that you will be satisfied by our end product. So we will just discuss a little bit about how we approach Drupal web development. We are a web development company. It just so happens that we just are really serious about Drupal. We like the open source origins. We like the community. We like a lot of things. We like a lot of things about Drupal. We like a lot of the Drupal partners. Obviously, the Drupal developers. I mean, it's just we feel it. We feel it, and that's not taken away from any other content management systems or composable content management systems that you can put into a your digital experience platform. It's just, sometimes, you really feel something and you really think that customers will really be able to benefit from a particular technology. Drupal is that technology. We do front end, we do back end, we do full stack. Drupal allows you to do a lot of customization. That's one of the reasons why we like it. You can even use React frameworks. You can use your Jamstack favorites along with Drupal, using that to kind of manage your content. And also, what you may like about it is people who aren't hardcore developers, they can also contribute content to a Drupal website. So you kind of get that hybrid feel, whether it's you're going headless or you're going with the drag and drop. You can do a little bit of both with Drupal and get outstanding results. But our company, Universal Equations, yes, we do the front end development, we do back end development, we do full stack development. And by back end, we mean not just JavaScript and TypeScript, etc. We do, the JVM languages as well. We can do that stuff as well. And we're really full stack. I mean, we're really, we have real skill and from back to front. And that's something that I definitely stand behind. We excel at all types of web development. So I did mention content management system, or CMS. Natural question is, what is a content management system? This is just a web application used to create and manage web content, right? So again, the content management system can play as small or large of a role as you want it to play in your website. You can get a content management system that has those, like Drupal, that has that drag and drop where you're actually creating pages and creating content that you can publish, or you can publish that content and then have another website or web application pull from that content via an API. Now, why would you want to do that? These days, many organizations have found an advantage in using a omni-channel approach. Now, what does that mean? By omni-channel, we're talking not only multiple channels, we're talking about multiple channels that are integrated. So that means email. That means your VoIP phone system. That means live chat. That means when you go to the live chat, I can recommend content to a potential customer, based on a question that customer has. And if you get jazzy with it, you can even automate the process. You can even look at some of the language that the customer is using and try to use some kind of model that will allow you to suggest content to that user from your content management system. So that's just one example. You got things like digital kiosks. You have you just got so many ways. Obviously, social media. You have so many ways of communicating with potential customers. It's not just web anymore, and it's even not just web and mobile anymore. Because for a phase it was web and mobile, and now it's you got several. You got several communication channels. So many organizations have just found that, well, maybe we should just store content somewhere, make it accessible via an API, and maybe we'll be better off. Maybe we'll be better off that way. And in some organizations, have be able to reach more customers, provide a better customer experience, and and just have had more success with using content, what they call a headless content management system, not decoupled, but a headless content management system, right? So let's go to, I guess this is kind of a general overview of our process. We form a plan. I mean, some of this is kind of generic. Every project may be a little bit different, but you want to have that confidence that you have some plan or some process going in. So, if you have to change things here and there, at least you have something to change, as opposed to just going in and just winging it. I mean, you want your web development company that you trust to come in with a general process. So we have our plan, we have our wireframes, whether it's Figma or whatever you're comfortable with as far as sharing ideas in that way, so that we get the wireframes. The developers have a general idea of how things are supposed to look, how the components are going to be created, whether you're using the React, JS, Next.js, some other JavaScript framework, or maybe you're just using core JavaScript. There's nothing wrong with that either. That's in today's environment. I mean, you just got so many choices when it comes to creating that front end. But when you have the wireframes, then you can bootstrap CSS, Tailwind CSS. Like I said, the different JavaScript frameworks. You can get busy, and make it happen, and make your customer happy. You got your sitemap. People call it different things, because the sitemap, that's kind of, I guess it's kind of, and it's not. We're not necessarily referring to the sitemap XML. You're basically just talking about the navigation, and people call it different things. So, whatever language that you're comfortable with, we more than happily using that language. We've heard different terms, but it's just a matter of having a navigation that makes sense. And I guess a corollary to that is to make sure you have some way of searching for content. You want to be able to put in a search term and find something, right? So even if you kind of forget how to get to a certain screen or a certain place on a website, you put the search term in, a few suggestions come up. You pick the one that is where you want to go. Whether you're using Elasticsearch, whether you got Solar, Algolia, all these are suitable options when it's coming to search. We typically build the back end first before we build the front end, and then we implement the CMS. Now this is development. We're not talking about redesign or anything like that. I mean, we're going to talk about redesign in another presentation, but this is web development. So we're implementing the CMS, and then when we get into the end, we talk about things like domain names and stuff like that. Because then we're ready to bring in the actual public and then launch the website. Then after the website is launched, you got a whole host of other tasks that go into play in terms of support, maintenance. The making sure you're keeping up with the SEO. We haven't mentioned anything like market research. we're basically just talking about the web development right now, but there's just so many different, like I said, there's so many different things that go into whether you're, a real estate company, healthcare. There's just so many different things that go into a website. But you want to have the basics covered, and this is basically what this process is about: just making sure you have the basics covered going in. So this is just for emphasis, just to reiterate, world-class Drupal web development. We're really, we take a lot of pride in what we do in terms of the Drupal web development. We're experts. We deliver quality results while sticking to budget. Because people, different companies got different budgets. They got different web traffic. But wherever we start, you're going to have room to grow, and that's one thing we keep in mind. That's one thing that's almost built into the Drupal technology itself, anyway. I mean, we're definitely of the mindset that we want your organization, we want your business to grow or scale as you get more traffic, customers, etc. But the beautiful thing about Drupal is that's almost it's a platform that scales much better than so many other platforms. So it genuinely can be used for different types of organizations, different sizes of organizations. You'll see a lot of universities using Drupal. You just see a lot of different organizations using this platform. And it's not just for information, not just for digital marketing. You can incorporate things like e-commerce or and everything in between. Whether you're B2B or direct to customer, however you whatever operations, whatever your operations are, Drupal has a way of accommodating that. It's very flexible. It's very flexible. Like I said, it can be used by folks that just want to do drag and drop. And it could be, if you want to tailor some things, tailor the theme, make it specific. You want to differentiate, from the competition, then you can bring in the experts to help you with that, that specific differentiation strategy. And obviously, we have hosting and those sorts of things. We have you covered. We don't just come in, build the website and then leave. If you want us to do training, if you want us to do some sort of support, some sort of maintenance, we got you covered there as well. So that's more or less everything that I wanted to mention. And you can always go to the website and contact us with any further questions. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, I'll talk to you all later, and I'm sure I'll see you in another one of our videos. Please, if you don't mind, you can click subscribe or click like or both. We would definitely appreciate it. Thank you, and have a wonderful week. Bye bye.